What's up guys, it's Roy from e-Bikes White and we're checking out the all-new Speedbox 2.0s. These are available across the board. This is the Bosch 2.0 chip. They also have Yamaha, Bafang, various other drives, but today we're going to focus on the Bosch and Yamaha chips. So visually there's a little bit of a change. The old chips were a little bit more rough, they were shrink wrapped. The new ones are a bit more polished. They have these nice enclosures, there's new branding. Functionality on the Bosch is relatively the same, and we're going to go over some few key points: performance, installation, and reliability and warranty issues. So in regards to performance, the Speedbox 2.0 remains relatively unchanged from the previous version. Any bike that's capped at 20 miles an hour out of the box, whether it be a Bosch or a Yamaha drive, will now be able to exceed that 20 mile an hour limitation and basically go as fast as you can pedal. So if you have a bike that's geared relatively low for mountain biking, you're looking at probably around 25, maybe 28 miles an hour max. And if you have a bike that's geared a little bit higher, you can do a comfortable cadence at about 28 miles an hour and maybe even get the bike up to 30 or even a little bit above 30 miles an hour. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the installation of the Speedbox. It is a little bit different depending on which brand of bike you have. Not all Bosch Performance Line CX motors are exactly the same as far as how they're enclosed into the frame and integrated into the bike. So generally you do have to remove some of the outer layers, some of the covers to get into the hookups, and it plugs in line with the speed sensor in the motor. Sometimes it does require a little bit more disassembly with removing the crank arms, possibly dropping the motor. Some brands it's a little bit easier where you can kind of just take off the cover and then hook it right up. So it's brand dependent. We do recommend that you have some sort of experience working on the system. The Bosch does require a proprietary tool for removing the chainring and be familiar with removing the crank arms and things like that. Of course, when working on any of the electrical, you want to make sure that the battery is removed from the bike first before you kind of dive in there. And lastly, reliability and warranty. So in our experience, we've been installing and using the Speedboxes for several years now, and we really haven't seen any adverse effects. It does not put any additional strain onto the system. It's no worse than really climbing a steep hill for an extended period of time. Now, when it comes down to the warranty, this is not supported by any manufacturer or Bosch. So in essence, it does void the warranty, but again, we have not seen any adverse or negative effects, and none of our bikes have been affected as far as the usability of the bike by installing the Speedbox. Alright, so now we're looking at a Bulls with a Bosch Performance Line CX system, and this is the Intuvia display. So we'll power the bike on. The Speedbox 2.0 is already installed. What we'll do is put the assist level up into turbo. So you put it into turbo first, and then you use the sequence down, up, and you'll see the speedometer flash 6.2. That means that the Speedbox is activated. You will not be restricted anymore at 20 miles an hour. To turn off the Speedbox, you do the same thing. You're in turbo, down, up, 1.6. That means it's deactivated and it's back to stock. So here we have a all-mountain 2.0 by Hi-Bike. This is with the Yamaha PWX system, and the all-new Yamaha Speedbox 2.0 is compatible with the PWX, the PWSE, and the PWTE system. So they've made it work across the board. The older Yamaha PW motor still needs its own separate chip, but the 2.0 Speedbox will now work with 3 different Yamaha systems. Works the same way as the Bosch. With the PWX, we've had to pretty much fully remove the motor every single time to get it to install, so you want to make sure that you know what you're doing. You need to have the proprietary tool to remove the Yamaha chainring. Once it's installed, you activate it the same way. You can either use the walk mode or the light button, or use the down up sequence that we showed you on the Bosch chip, and you'll be able to bypass your 20 mile an hour speed limitation. The Speedboxes we import from Europe, and they've been super reliable, and it really can make a night and day difference with the overall performance and usability of your e-bike. There's nothing more frustrating than hopping on an e-bike and cranking it up to turbo and then running into that 20-mile-an-hour speed limitation. So with the Speedbox installed, you can really use the full potential of your e-bike and really get your money out of your investment. Thanks for watching.